some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crops galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight, mixing colors day and night.
Hello everyone, it's Dash of Dave here, and I'm back for another crafty video. So again, we're going to do more on the Lapbook today. We're not going to do the spine, so two reasons for that is I want to use some faux sellotape, faux age sellotape, like I've done before, but I'd like to make it first. I might film it as a video to make, but I don't have any, and I also want to cover this up. You know, we talked about covering it with some glassine, some faux glassine. I think, is it this piece here? It is this piece here. But obviously it's not long enough. I could join it, I guess, and you know, I don't know, that might be something that I do. But again, I need to make some more of this, and I don't have, because I don't have any, and again, I want to film it. So we'll do that as kind of a one thing. What I'd like to do today is work on making the journal that will fit in here. So, I've taken some measurements. So I need it to be 11 inches by 4 1/4, and it needs to be 1 1/4 deep. I think this is 1 1/2, isn't it? Deep? Is it 1 1/2? Oh no. Yeah, it's 1 1/2 deep. So it just means it'll sit just a bit shallow, but also then if you fill it up, it'll, you know, not be so thick. So I want to have it so that it's opening with the spine on the left hand side rather than opening up like this, and we need to be able to get it out. So I think we're going to put a tab on the back so that you can lift it out. It might be on this side, I don't know. So that's what we're going to do today. So I have prepared, here's some I've prepared earlier. Sorry, let me just silent my phone because it'll drive me mad otherwise. So I think I'm going to make the cover out of a piece of suspension file. I think I'm going to make some pages out of this stuff here. So what we will need to do is, what am I thinking about? So we just need to start with getting some paper ready. So I want to make sure it's the right size first. Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't sure whether that was going to be long enough, but it is. So I'll take a couple of pages. I'll take those. So this is old. Do you remember this? So computer feed paper. It's old, and it smells old. I don't know. It doesn't smell so much old as it smells a bit like, I don't know, not mothballs, but like I can't tell you what that smells like. It's like old smelling, but in a sort of almost chemically sort of way. Maybe it is mothball, I don't know. I'm not sure why maybe somebody literally took it literally when they said, let's mothball this. So, so I'm just going to take a few of each of these pages because I don't want them all to be the same. I'll take a few more of those things. Putting things out of shot in different directions basically means it's just off camera. In other words, it's thrown over there somewhere. I wanted to see if this was long enough this way. Oh, it is. It is indeed. So I'll take a few of those. This is lovely paper. I love this paper. I don't really want to waste loads of it. That's the reason I wanted to know if it was long enough that way, which it is. And then we've got some of this green paper. This is just green. It's actually kids paper that has just been coffee dyed, so pop those over there. So the reason why I didn't want to use loads of this, besides it being lovely, is because it's great for making bigger journals, because it's a big piece of paper. It's actually not a standard UK size. I don't know how big it is. Should we have a measure while we're here? So it measures 16.5 by 11.5, so I don't know whether that's a standard size in some part of the world, but it's definitely not a standard size in the UK. So, because what's that? Is that A4? If this is A4, this is a standard size. That's 11 by 8.5. Is that? No, that's not standard size either. I think that's it there. 8.25 by, yeah, by 11.5. I don't know. I don't know. Well, should we ask somebody? What A4? I don't know. I know it is A4. I don't know what size it is. It's 110 millimeters by 129 millimeters. No, 100. Yeah, no, 100. No, Dave. It's 210 millimeters. What did I just say? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Clearly, it's 210 millimeters by 297 millimeters. I just looked at that, read something completely different, made it all up. Don't listen to me. So, which is 8.3 by 11.7 inches. Anyway, moving on. So let's just make these to the right size. So I'm going to need to have it so that they have a bit of a tab at the end, because I'm not going to get a full fold out of this, am I? So if I do this at, what did I just say I needed it? 11. So if I do this at 11, I want to fold this bit back so that it can glue to another piece. So I don't know how big that is. Yeah, I can do that with that as well. That one might be a bit tight on that. That could be the bit that we glue it to. Ah, there we go. That. And that's big enough as well. So, okay. So then we need to cut it to, what did I say, 4 1/4 in height. So let's see if we can do that on this. I don't really want to cut them all individually, if I can help it. No, Dave, that's the wrong way around. That's the right way around. Except for it's all come out of kilter now. Do you know, as soon as I start talking, I feel really parched. But I felt really hydrated till I started talking. No idea what's going on there. So, we're going to do 4 1/4. And we're going to cut a few of those. If they're a little bit wonky or out or whatever, I don't mind. Remember, we're making a junk journal after all. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't tell the League of Junk Journalers that I said that, because I will be... I think they've stopped removing people's heads now, but like I'm sure I'll be thrown out of the guild, or I don't think I was ever in the guild. I don't think I was ever invited to the guild, to be fair. No, I'm basically poking fun at all these crafters that say it has to be done like this, because I'm telling you now, it doesn't have to be done anyway. That's what I really got into junk journaling about, because it was not a conformist society. Oh, that's going to end up with a little bit of that on the end. Do we mind that? Do we? I don't think we do, actually. There we go. It's going to have a little bit of a weird edge. That wasn't straight, was it? No, that was not straight. How did you manage that, Dave? That is not. That was not straight. How did you manage that? Hopefully that one was. Yeah, no, that's completely gone off there. Anyway, we can always use it. We'll use it for something else. So, and then we want to do. Oh, let's do these. Let's do the big ones first. We'll do 4 1/4. I don't know whether we'll get 2 widths out of this. So I hope everybody's doing okay. Hope you are as excited as I am for, well, if you're in this hemisphere of the planet, I hope you're excited for spring. If you're in the other hemisphere, what's your next season? What are you in now? If we're in winter, you're in summer, aren't you? So, is that the opposite? Yeah. So you're looking forward to autumn. Well, you might not be looking forward to autumn, but like that'll be your next season. Sorry, I'm insinuating that that's what you'll be doing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to a bit of spring and Easter, and I mean, obviously, I know Easter is the same in whichever hemisphere you are, because it's the month, not the season it falls in. But also, you know, just that something else. Oh look, that is a 4 1/4 as well. Is that right? Oh, it is. That's perfect. Okay. No, don't put that over there, Dave, because you'll be going, where is it? So what I do need is I need a scoreboard now. I don't want to get rid of that because I like using that in junk journaling things, settings, you know, sewing onto edges of pages and that sort of thing. So I'll just pop it out of the way over there. I'm just going to have a drink. Although I believe Easter is quite late this year. Is it the end of April, 20-something of April? I don't know, let's do that as well. Easter is the 20th of April, that's it. I thought it was the 20-something of April. It was the 20-something, it was the 20th. So that's quite late, isn't it? What's the earliest March can be? When? The 22nd of March. So yes, it's late. Okay. The last time it happened, this is new to me. So the last time it fell on the 22nd of March was in 1818, and the next time it'll happen is in 2285. I don't think I'll be here. I've got a sneaking suspicion I might not be here. That's all right. I don't think many of us will be here, to be fair. Or, you know, I don't want to be living till whatever that is. So what's that? What are we in? 2025, aren't we? I don't know what I'm doing with this. What am I doing, Dave? What are you doing? Put it on your big scoreboard. Do it that way. I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm currently, well, this year I will be. I'm not currently. I will be 50. How old will I be? 56. I used to laugh at people when they used to say, "How old will I be this year?" Because I used to think, "How can you not know how old you are?" But I now know that you can be one of those people that doesn't remember how old you are. So 56 this year. So that means that I would be. How far away is that? That's 260 years in the future. So I would be 300 and 260, 300 and brain's gone. 215? No, 315 years old. Is that right? 325. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 40 years. No, I'd be 216, 316 years old. Get your facts right, Dave. So yeah, don't want to be 316 years old. You know, everything aches now. What's going to be like then? No, it was terrifying, the idea of that. Is that the one I rejected? It is, isn't it? Oh, and I rejected those as well because they're too narrow. It's these here. But yeah, if you want to live to then to just to experience Easter that early, go for it. But don't expect me to be making videos. Although I do expect you to still be watching my videos, even when they've been converted into I don't know, neural memory paths. I don't know. There'll be some kind of new technology that we'll have to buy into by then. They weren't happy with having 4K TV. We had to have 8K TV. Not that I have an 8K TV. I don't even have a 4K TV, to be fair. I should have HD. But I'm sure probably more when Vic moves in, we will end up with a 4K or 8K or 926K, whatever it is by then, TV, because he has a 4K, I think. He's younger than me. He's more of a geek. He's more interested in the technology. I used to be really interested in technology, but as you get older, I just think, I quite like money in the bank as well. So, so there we go. Let's just check that these are going to fit in here. I had a moment there where I thought, no, that's way too big. But I think it might be too big that way. Didn't measure that right then, did I? Yeah, it's not 4 1/4. It's 4 1/16. Well, if I got it right every time, there'd be no fun in craft. So, and you know me, I like to leave my mistakes in, because if I can make them, you can make them. We all feel a bit better about ourselves, don't we? That it's not nobody. It's not shut up, Dave. It's not just something that happens to you. It happens to other people. Right is I want to make sure it's fairly straight. It does mean that I could probably use those now, but there we go. 4 1/16. I'm going to cut this one. And now see, before I cut the others, does it fit? If it sits, it fits. It's grand. So now we'll just do the same for these. So 4, and it's not easy to see the 16th mark on there because it's just on the join of the arm thing, the swing out thing. And the chances of these being a little bit out are giant because it's such a long sheet of paper. So I'm not worrying myself, because it can move around as you're cutting. It doesn't do that, obviously, but it can move around as you're cutting. Just making myself laugh. Sorry. I don't even know why I'm laughing. Isn't that the best time? Although that's probably not the best time, especially if if you're in the vicinity of a hospital. It might not be the best time to start laughing to yourself, and not know why. As I say, you're miles away. I can't hurt you, so you should be worried about the people that are around me all the time. Yeah. So, next door's dog started barking. Thinks because I'm barking mad, he needs to start barking. Woof to you too. That means these will be wrong. I don't want to cut the beautiful bits, some of the edges, look how beautiful they are. I don't want to cut those off. So I'm not going to. You can't make me. Shush, Teddy. That's the dog's name, by the way. No, you see, I'm going to be right pain in the bum with this. Okay. Is that there? Yeah. I don't know whether you could hear him barking, but he went from being a really deep bark to yeep. Like he got a bit hoarse. It's not a horse, it's a dog. But I did it again. Yep. Well, stop talking about next door's dog. Goodness sake, Dave, get a grip on reality. Well, nice to see you get a grip on reality just once in your life. For once in my life, so who needs me? Do, 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 do. Tune in to watch Dave fumble about with paper. Yay! There's a lot of that now, which I'm sure there's a great crafty use for, and maybe I should keep it. Oh, Dave, don't start keeping bits of paper randomly. Just gonna twist it together for now, just in case I do think of something to use it for. Right, let's have a look at these anyway. So what I'm planning is, just in case you were thinking what the hell is he doing by folding them all at the end, is I'm planning to attach. So take a page and I attach it to one that doesn't have a tab at the end, so like that, so that it makes like a long continuous page, and that's what I'm going to do. So that's what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So you heard it here first, and second, and 99th time that I said exactly the same thing. And then we will put them into that file folder as a cover. That we're going to use the file folder as a cover. So, but then that should mean that we can have. I mean, like I've probably cut way too many pages here, and also who's going to want to sit and watch me stick these together? In fact, I'm going to do it like this, but I'll have to put some other. I might cut that down so that we don't just have the same two pieces of paper stuck together all the way through. So, and it doesn't need a huge amount of paper here because I'm not planning to put any kind of weighty thing in it. And in fact, I'm not even sure I'm going to put much of an insert in here. I want it to be very much a free journal. Not a free journal, I'm not giving it away, but you know what I mean, a free journal. No, you don't know what I mean, because if you knew what I mean, if you knew what I meant. Oh, that is kind of attached, isn't it? So do I do that with that one and then leave those two attached to each other? Maybe if I do, let's just tear that off there. So maybe if I medical, that's what it smells. It smells a little bit medical. Maybe if I did it like that. If I did it like that, I could have. No, because you're not going to have. You can't use that as the spine. I was thinking I could just have that with another one stuck to the middle of it. But how am I going to sew it in? Because it will only be sewed in on one spine. No. I could just glue that together like that, and then oh yeah, if I glued that together like that, I don't need a spine, do I? That's right. Well done. Thanks for telling me that. Those of you that were shouting at the screen channeling your thoughts into the future. Although, you know, I guess if we believe the principles of time travel, that you kind of have to exist in the same space at the same time. According to, who was it? What's his name? Thingy. Not Freud, is it? Who's the other one? Einstein. Einstein, yeah? Was it him that kind of said that you had to be in multiple places at once? Anyway. Yeah, definitely very medical. That's what it smells like. A bit like, you know, when you open... Well, I don't know whether you do know, but when you used to open an old... Not an old, but when you... In the old days, when you used to open one of those bandages that were supposed to be skin coloured, but nobody was really muddy pink. One of them. So that's what it smells like. So now I've kind of described that smell to you. Bandages used to be that kind of muddy pink colour. Bit, you know, browny, pinky, like nobody was that colour. Doesn't matter how dark your skin was, nobody looked like that. So I don't know who they were making the bandages for. But it wasn't for me, not with my pasty white skin. So let's just hang on. Let's just make sure that it's folded in the right place. Is that the 11 mark? Yep, that's the 0. Yeah, it is. It's fine. Do with more of it. Oh, there's more there, isn't there? Or are they? No, that's the ones I've glued, Dave. Stop it! Stop getting confused. I did contemplate making this as a tab journal. You know, like I've made the bigger ones before, because I really love those. I find those so easy to use, so useful, and I've written, you know, a few things in my one and found the pages just turn so nicely. I might make some more of those in the future, but just not today. Not today. And I know this is quite a long process, but I don't think we're going to need a huge amount of pages. Let's just have a look. This is what I don't want, is I don't want all of the greens together, you see. So what did I say I wanted? What was the depth I wanted? 1 1/4. So that's 1/4 of an inch. So, and like also they are going to expand a little. So, should I cut some of these down or some of those down? Or some both down, doesn't matter. This one, if I take the end page off this one, do this one the same as I did with the other ones. Fold them back over like that. Line them up like that. And glue those two bits together. Like that, and then stick another page in the middle. But this time maybe one of these, so maybe I should cut some of these down. Let's do those. How many are there? So I need 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. I need 6 pages. But we've decided that these, we could probably use these, couldn't we? 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we need a middle for there, that's 10. So if we cut these, let's see if I can get these to cut now, if it's decided it's 4 1/16, not 4 1/4. this wide enough? Does it matter if it's not wide enough? Is that wide enough? Do you know what? I think that's, I don't think you're really going to notice that. We'll keep those. So that's how many of them are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do those by 11 though. Just chop that end off. So we need 4 pages, but I think those might do it. 4 1/16. Oh yeah, this is the one where it went wonky, isn't it? So I've managed to cut that off. Don't want anything really sticking out, so let's go a little bit more that way. Don't cut your wire, Dave. Don't. Do not cut the wire. I'm going to go a little bit shorter than that. In fact, actually, I wonder if I could just peel that edge off, you know, the perforated, or is that too close now? It's a bit close, isn't it? Maybe. Oh yeah, let's do that. You know me, with the warts and all, everything, all of my stuff's in here, the mistakes, the things that I get right. I like to be nice and transparent. Oh, I've got some exciting stuff coming up soon. I'm going to be asking for your input. Oh, this is working. Soon, but I just want to kind of finalize a few things before I say anything else. But it won't be just in a general video. It'll be a special video. I'm going to be asking for your input. So watch this space. Now that makes me think, I could use that as some kind of... No, Dave. Stick it in the bin. Right, done. Got rid of. So, yeah, that's fine. So, need more drink. I think what I'll do is I'll speed through this part of the video and then meet you back here. So if that's okay with you folks.
Stuck in a dream of endless scroll, videos to fill my hungry soul. Dash of Dave is the place to be. Craft some joy for you and me. Junk journals bursting at the seams. Paper flowers like candy dreams. DIY magic late at night. Create until the morning light. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Join the fun, we're everywhere. Spread the joy and show you
So I have just clipped them all together as I went through. I haven't actually made it as deep as I was going to, and that's because I'm thinking as you look through it, it will get bigger as well. I also need to have a bit of separation because I need to sew them into the spine, so that's the reason for them not being as thick, but I think there's going to be plenty there. Obviously they'll need trimming off at the end so they fit in, but I can't do that until they're sewn in. So now next thing to do is to make the cover. So like I said, I was going to make it out of some file folder, but what I really wanted was one that looked a bit older than this. Let me just see if I can get one. Just bear with me a second. Do I have any older ones? Oh, that one that looks a bit older. There we go. That one looks better. I think that's much older looking. So again, we need it to be a similar sort of height. So it's going to be 1 1/4 again. They might stick out either side though. There might be a bit of trimming needs to be done. So let me get this all squared first, and we need it to be. Oh, it won't go in there, will it? No. So let's square this up and just trim off the edge that's obviously not going to be straight, because all I do is when I get these and they come from work is usually they're hanging off their file. So the metal bar that they hang on, it's usually hanging off that. So I just either rip them away or cut them away or whatever. So I will now need to just properly cut it. So let's get that all lined up onto there. Onto that line. Is that the similar sort of line? Yes, it is. So let's cut it to this 17 line. Right, there's my blade. Oh, moved ever so slightly. No, Dave, stop moving the ruler. Move your hand, not the ruler. Come on. It's because the ruler. I know this is going to sound terrible, but it's because the ruler's clean. It's because when it's clean, it slides around. When it's like this and it's dirty and it's been around a while, it's got less. It doesn't move around as much. That's my excuse for having a dirty ruler. And it can be yours too. If anybody asks, just say, oh, it doesn't slide around as much, that's why. When somebody says, your ruler's filthy. So, anyway, we want to cut it to, I should have kept that out, shouldn't I? Yeah. We want to cut this to 4 1/4 wide, so that's going to require some measuring. Let's measure with this one. Still not entirely happy with that straight edge, but let's just see if it is straight. It'll do. Yes, so pencil, drink. So, what do we want? 4 1/4. Oh no, 4 1/16, not a quarter, Dave. 4 1/16 is there. 4 1/16 is there. 4 1/16 is sorry if my forehead is, or bald head is in the shot, but I need to see what I'm doing. So, right, just going to cut it. going to go gently so that I'm not pressing on the ruler and causing it to slip. That's the reason why I'm going to end up cutting more times than I would normally. Yeah, that's loose, that's fine, cool. So, now we have something that should be 4 1/4 high. We need it to be 11 inches in length. So, let's put it on the scoreboard and do it that way. It's the best way to do this. Yep, so I'm going to put one end. In fact, I'm going to use that end that looks a little bit straighter. I'm going to put that on there. Go to, do we want this on 11? Yes, we do. And then we want that one also at 11. Okay, so we want it to have a spine. We don't want it to be spineless now. Of 1 1/4, which I can't do on here because it only goes up to 12. Sorry, just went into standby. Sorry. I had the loading wheel was happening in my head. Right, so I want to do 4 1/4. So should we fold it? Yeah, let's fold it. Fold it first. Fold it and put that score line in. I'll do the same with that one. Fold it and put the score line in. Then get our little one that's not down there, Dave, it's there. Put that on there like that, and then do 1 1/4 from there. So 1, make sure it doesn't move, 1 1/4. Yeah, 1 1/4. There. We'll do the same again on that one. Oh no, we want it slightly. We want to kind of wrap around each other. So I want it to be 1. We'll do 1/8 for the minute. Above, more than that. And then just fold that. So what I wanted was that they sit inside. What the heck did I do there? That is not 1 1/4, Dave. No, it isn't, you idiot. That's 1 1/4. I wanted to be 1/8 above that. There we go. Just rub that one out. So that's where we want them to be. So that one is slightly bigger, is it? Is that one slightly bigger than that one? Because what we want them to do is sit inside each other. Oh, perfect. Just like that. Right, so that will give us the outer with an inner pocket. So this is the front, let's say this is the front cover. Has an inner pocket and the back has an outer pocket. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So initially, do we want to glue it together? Let's just think about this first. So we have a spine of 1 1/4. We've got 3 things, 3 signatures. So actually, is that easier to do it a different way? Well, where it is. I need to draw a line because I can't see that line. So what I'm going to do is just push that up to there, at that folded point, and draw the line. Then do the same on that one. So let's do that there. Push it up to that line, and draw that one. That's just so that I can see between these, see where the two lines are. So I have 1 1/4 to work with. So I can't come. I left 1/4 inch on the either side. If I did then the spacing of every 1/4 inch. No, because that's not going to give me 3 signatures. So, what seemed so straightforward is no longer so. Because if it was, I'd have nowhere to go. Make my own tunes. So, oh gosh, so I need 3/4 inch divided by 3. No, I don't need to, divided by 4. Because I need to find 3 lines of separation between them. So what I mean is, I've got a line either side, and this bit measures 3/4 inch. But I don't want it. So let's say that was 1, 2, and that's the 3rd quarter. I can't sew a signature to that line there. I need it to be 3 within that space. I don't know and I don't care, and I'm gonna have to guess it. Just have a stab. I want to have a 1/4 inch gap at the front and at the back. Is that right? Do I want to do that? Oh no, what? Am I overcomplicating this? I'm overcomplicating this. Hang on, folks. There's a bird outside mocking me. It's chirping at me. It's at 1 1/4 inches, and I need to divide that into. So let's say that's 1 1/4 inches. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the 5th. So that's 1/4, half, 3/4, 1 1/4. And that's 4 lines, but I want it to be 3 lines. Oh my gosh. My brain's just imploded. And it's turned to liquid and fallen out my ear. I'm going to have to come back to you a minute, because I'm going to have to consult the crystal ball. I don't know what I'm going to consult, because I'd love to know what equation I need to use. So bear with. There we go. I've sorted it out. I've managed to work it out. Right, okay. I'll tell you, I'll be very honest with you what I did. So I suddenly realised all I need to do is I need to find the middle of this, because I know one of the signatures will be on the middle line. Okay, so I did the middle of that. Okay, and then what I did was I then just thought, okay, I just need to find now the middle of that side and then the middle of that side. So it's not an accurate figure. I ended up using centimetres because it's also 3 centimetres. So I thought half of 3 centimetres is easy because that's 1 1/2. So I just went with 1 1/2 as the middle, and then 0.75 of a centimetre, so 3/4 of a centimetre, for that line, and then it just went from that line and 3/4 of a centimetre from there. So that's what I did. Then I made myself a little jig, but I forgot to, tell you that that's what I was making. That's literally just the same height as that. The reason why it's in this bright neon card is so that I do not lose it, because every time I make one of these, I put it down and then I can't find it again. So, also I don't use neon card, he says, having, previously made a neon journal, but like unlikely to make another neon journal. So, then I thought I need to find the middle of this, because I know I want 3 holes, because I want it to be a 3 hole like pamphlet stitch. So middle of that would be very hard if I was using it on the 4 1/16, because then I'm working in 30 tooths 30 of an inch apparently is what's in my brain. 30 seconds of an inch, so 30 seconds a second. No, Dave got that wheel, the spinning wheel when you got a page loading. That's what's currently going on in my head. So I just thought, oh look, let's just shimmy it that way, put that on the 32nd of an inch mark there, and then I know that that's equidistant there, and then just work out what the middle of that is, which is 2. So because that's 4 now, so we're going to put a line there. And then I thought, well, I don't want it to be an inch apart, because then I think that the holes for the signature are going to be too far in. So what I thought was I would like it to be 1/2 an inch from the top and 1/2 an inch from the bottom. And that's where I want my signatures. Sorry, my holes for my signatures. So all I need to do now is translate that onto here. So if let's just put that pencil line in, because again we're working with a bright colour and it's hard to see where that line is. Okay, and now what we want to do is transfer that. So if I say that that's so if I go to there, that's kind of the middle. Then I want a hole to be there, and I want a hole to be there and there. I'm sure there was probably a very easy way to work that out, but my brain was like not helping me today. No, you're on your own. So let's get me punchy thing right. Do not do like I was about to do, which was to pick it up and push it through, because you can't tell that your fingers are clear from the other side, and I am not here to blame. So bear with, back in a second. So I have a book here that is exactly for that use, which is, it's been used for making holes in. It's just great books. It sits nice, and you get that nice V. So I'm going to use this book to make the holes, and then I will use the jig to make the holes in the signatures. I think it's time to buy myself some new ones of those. That's covered in, who knows, whatever that is. It's covered in something. Okay, so that's my jig. So now what I need to do is transfer that to these pages. I need to find the middle, and I want to get it nice and tight. So normally I would like clip these edges together, but it's too far away from that thing, and so you still get a bit of movement. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use that ruler again. Use the ruler to get it nice and tight. So just pull it in nice and tight. Take the ruler out and put the clip. Oh dear, Dave, you have to find the middle again. No. Can't find the middle. There, that's the middle. Right, do it again. Nice. Just push them all together. push them all down. Keep where the middle is though, Dave. Pull it all down. And then clip it there. And hopefully it'll just be enough to hold it in the right place. So put that on there, that on there. That should be exactly the same height as the paper, which it is. Where the heck is that? Where have I just put that? Oh, it's there. And then we're going to put a hole through there. All the way through. And a hole through there. And a hole through there. And again, we're just going to pull it off. That should be, yep, that's fairly in, you know, it hasn't moved across the spine of this one, so that's fine. Okay, so now I've done that, what I need to do is I need to also put those lines in the other side of this marker, so that I can't do it without Dave. So we're doing the middle, 1/2 inch in from the bottom, which is there actually, Dave, and 1/2 inch in from the top, which is there, and then we're going to join those two lines together, which that does not look the same. No, that's 1/2 inch. Oh, that's why that's not 1/2 inch. That's out. That one is 1/2 inch there. That's 2, and that's 1/2 inch from the bottom. Just make sure that they were a little bit out, I think. Oh no, that's not straight either. There we go. So where the crosshair is of those, that's where I will be doing my holes for my signatures. That doesn't look right either. What is going on with measuring today? Am I in an alternative reality? I don't know. So that's right. So that looks, might look slightly out. Yeah, that is slightly out. There we go, that's right. And then that bit on there. Although that's also slightly out. So that's not too bad actually. That one, 1/2 inch. And that one, 1/2 inch, yeah. And then this one I need to be on the 2, which it's not. That's the, oh no, hang on, that's because that's there. That has to be there. No, that's, okay, that's fine. And then this one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm happy with those. So now all I need to do is make a hole in these, just so that I'm not poking it through with the needle that I'm going to use. So this is going to be my outer anyway. So I need to glue those together before I make a hole, because they won't make it hard to make another hole. So let's glue them together. So I'm going to use this side as a pocket. I'm going to just glue this side of that line there, and then I want to do all of this needs to be glued. I'm not going to actually glue on the spine itself though, sorry, on the fold itself, and that should just give us a bit of leeway for opening it. do with something to spread it out with, but I do not have a thing to spread it out with. Doo-dah. Bit of smooshing. Not smooching. Right. And then we're going to pop that onto there. And hopefully we do it in the first go. First iteration. Yes. Yes. We have no bananas. That's going to fold on that bit there. That's going to fold on that bit there. So we're going to make this pocket. Sorry, we're going to make this a pocket. Sorry, not make this pocket. Make this a pocket. And fold that over there. And then we should have, that should be 11 inches. Oh, helps if it sticks down first, Dave. Let's try that. Yes, it is. And fold that other way. That's also 11 inches. Good. So it's going to be that way up. Well, it will be that way up if I remember it to put it that way up. That was the last signature I made, which is actually the middle. So now what I need to do, oh, that's come apart. It also overhangs slightly, so I'm just going to cut that away with a pair of scissors. There we go. Sorry, I'm just looking for my scissors. Cool. Yeah, still not stuck down. Stuck one side down, the other side's come out now. Oh well. Okay, cool. So I just need to make these holes. I'll make them in the book in a minute, but I'm just going to, I've got a better chance of hitting the crosshair if I can see it. So this is where that's kind of the expansion joint for, because we've got a pocket, we've used a pocket. If we just glued it together, we'd also needed some way for it to, as you open it, it needs somewhere for the extra flesh to go. A bit like when you bend down and you think, oh, my tummy's really big, but actually when you stand up it's not as big. That's because that's your expansion joint. So there we go. So that's the hole. So I'm just going to get this book back in. I'm just going to use this as a place to push those through now. And now we've got to think about what we're going to use to thread it all together with. There we go, cool. So I've got some thread. I've got them in different colours. That's my stuff. Well, it should be my stuff. Should have a needle in there. It is. I've got this multicoloured one. I've got loads of them. It's not like I've only got that. So this is what I've got. So this is waxed thread. So do I go just boring and go plain white? Don't want the... could be a nice contrast, couldn't it, with the green? Would it go with the... Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the folder. I mean, it doesn't... I mean, oh, it could. It could go quite well, maybe. Or there's this, which is kind of a multicoloured burgundy, I think it is. That's quite funky too. Not sure I want to use that one. That one's a bit darker colour. I think it's got blues in it. I'm really liking the red at the moment, not that one. Green. I don't really use green. No, well, I think we're going to go with the red, you know. Controversial, I know. I do have some more needles. That won't go back in there, will it? Oh, it will. Famous last words. So, what am I going to do? Right, let's just find the middle again. Cool. So I'm going to work back to front. Just make sure I've got the back. Yep. I'm going to work back to front. So this is going to be the back one. And I'm just going to do that then. So what you want is 1, 2, 3 and a half. I get the needle. So this is a very big eyed needle. All the better for seeing you with. No, it's big eyed because it doesn't need to be dainty. It's going through cardboard and paper. It doesn't need to be dainty. So don't start playing with me, please. So through there. Pull it through, don't let it all go through, and then go in through the top or bottom, it doesn't matter which one you do, through there and through the, hopefully they haven't all moved around too much. If they do wiggle about, just get your tool and like feed them all through. That'll line all the holes back up again. Then what you can just keep it there while you're threading it through the back, and then take that out just before you're ready to go through. There you go, and they're all lined up. Okay, pull that through. Remember, don't pull the whole of the tail out. And then you're going to go out through the top. Remember, you want to go through the same row of holes. You don't want to start going through a different row. And pull it out the needle, and then in through the middle bit, which they should all be lined up because you've just put that thread through. So if you want to pull the thread taut, it should help line those up, which it did. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and be the other side of this now. And then what we want to do is we want to pull it all nice and taut. Take my needle off, and then we want to tie it that way, and then tie it the other way. Oh no, that was the right. No, that was. This is me. I get confused about which way round I've tied it. So tie it the way you normally tie it, and then tie it the way that you don't normally tie it. A couple of times. So you can either now leave this in here as a nice thread, which I might do this time because I've got enough of it. So I didn't actually manage to catch all of that, Dave. Try that again. make 2 loops this time. I'm the most caggy-handed at tying bows, so judge me not. I was a late developer on tying bows because it's quite common apparently amongst autistic kids not being able to tie their own shoelaces. And then once you've done it one way, it's very hard to unlearn. Yeah, so there we go. And then I'm just going to cut the loose ends. There we go. So that's one of those signatures in now. You can unpin that. So there we go. So I've tidied up a little bit, and that is our little journal. So it's like a giant checkbook. There you go. It's literally for somebody to write, colour, draw, whatever they'd like in it. And let's just have a look at the box. So let's get the box out. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Does it fit? It fits. Oh, there's a slight buckle. Slight buckle on that end of that. That's fine. We can sort it. I think it's just a little bit too big on that very edge. No, don't use those scissors, Dave, they're rubbish. You just want to cut that very tip off. Hopefully that's enough. Stop it buckling. Yeah, that's fine. So I was thinking we could do with something to pull it out with. So what I did was I just found just a piece of, like, ribbon. And what I was thinking is, I don't know whether to put it this side. So what I was thinking is if it was like attached down there, you could pull it out. But I was also thinking I could attach it this side so you can pull this side out. Pop that in there. So you lift it with that. Obviously it would be attached, so it would pull the whole thing out. I think I prefer it that side, to be honest. So what we're going to do is tidy this piece of ribbon up first. So I thought if we have it so that it sits, it's not just a piece that is just this short, because we want it to be able to sit nicely in the thing. So it sits over like this. We don't want it to be a closure though. Well, I certainly don't want it to be a closure. You might want it to be a closure, but I don't. So I'm thinking if we have it about there, so it's about 5 inches. Let's just neaten that off. This might not cut it very well. Oh no, it does. When you've used scissors for paper, they're notorious. It's notoriously bad for blunting scissors, but it seemed to be all right. There we go. Do the same on that end. Get a nice sharp fishtail on it. So I think if we kind of stick it like that, is that still going to be the right size? Stick it like that. That sits over like that. I want it to be enough so that it happily flops over without getting in the way of when you're closing it. So probably like that. In fact, we could even go shorter this side. It's not doing anything this side. So probably about there. So again, we want about that much, don't we? So which is about 3 inches right to the point of the tip of the fish tail. So I think we'll use some of this collal. Again, don't want to put too much on. Let's put it on here, and then we'll paste it on with a bit of spare scrap cardboard. Where that might be, I have no idea. That does not exist in my reality. Oh, things are falling off now. Use this piece here. Choose this piece. So this is from building the house. If we go from there, just paste some on, so that it doesn't all just kind of bleed through and look horrible. I mean, it might bleed through, but at least it won't look like lots of wiggly lines. Pull this into shot, but don't stick it in the glue. Put that over. Where does the glue come to? We go to about there. Kind of centered. Put that all down. Get a bit more on the end. Oh, I said don't stick it in the glue. So what did you do, Dave? What did you do? No, you have to have the lid open. And just a bit more on that fishtail so it doesn't come back up. Cool, move that out of the way. Let's get rid of that as well. Just don't want anything sticking on that. Cool. So that's going to be our thing for lifting it out with, and it's just going to sit over it. So let's open this up again. Pop that in there. Don't have to cut anything away for it. No, that's fine. So now that should just be able to lift it, take it out. Oh, perfect. Perfect. So there we go. So obviously we'll grunge that up, I think. We'll make it look a bit more shabby than it is. But there we go. That's today's video. So probably a little bit longer than normal. I don't know. It depends on editing, doesn't it, really? But yeah, so we've made the journal for it. I wanted to make a little paint palette, didn't I? And some other stuff. As yet, other stuff is undisclosed. But yeah, there we go. So that's... we're really getting to the end of this now. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's a bit informative, or it's just something different to watch. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Please feel free to like, comment and share. I hope you've enjoyed the musical interlude from today. I'm sure there will have been one at some point. I hope you enjoyed the musical interlude for that. And yeah, that's it. I'm now going to prep ready for the one sheet wonder for this week and make that, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. Take care. My name is Dash of Dave, and remember, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.